And you are listening and watching another exclusive broadcast here on Pulaski Citizen Live. It is a continuation of Giles County Little League All-Star Classic Baseball presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing. Wade Neely here, Mark Mize there. Scott Stewart is our producer as always. And Mark, good to be back with you. While you were away Friday, a series broke out. 2-2, we are tied. We enter the second week of competition, and what a night it was. The American League backs against the wall. They win not one but two games, and we come into tonight's Games 5 and 6, we're all square, partner, entering this evening.
Yeah, game one, of course, was a little bit of a blowout there, as it was a run rule affair. But game two was probably one of the best games I've seen the last couple of years. It was a real tight one, some great pitching. So quite a bit of fireworks from the home run hitters the first two games, and so I'm excited to see what they bring here tonight. Obviously, if they split tonight, we'd be looking at a winner-take-all Game 7 tomorrow, and so that would definitely be exciting. But we'll just have to see what the guys can bring for us today.
Going to see how things unfold. We will be with you guys the entirety here this evening, as this will be the final game that the American League will bat from the home side, so to speak. They'll be in the home dugout this evening, and the National League will be the home team in game number 6, which again comes your way. Set for 5:45 and 7:30. Mark and I are with you all the way up until first pitch. And we will be with you all night long as you are listening and watching Giles County Little League All-Star Classic coverage presented by the fine folks at the Bank of Frank Ewing. We're back right after this.
Sharp Motor Company has been a trusted dealer and service provider since 1960. We're dedicated to finding you a great deal, providing expert service, and offering top-notch customer care. Our hassle-free financing will get you on the road in no time. Visit us today for a test drive or give us a call to talk about your options. Let Sharp Motor Company help you find the perfect vehicle for you.
Murray Chevrolet GMC proudly serves southern Middle Tennessee and North Alabama. We know that there's a lot more to buying a car than, well, simply buying a car. Our team is here to guide you through every facet of your automotive experience, from helping you shop for the perfect new or used Chevrolet or GMC model. Stop by and see us or visit murraychevrolet.com. Pulaski's go-to automotive.
When it comes to insurance, Winterburr and Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterburrinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
New York Life is a company that's for the people who make a difference. We're for the people who put their love into action. For over 175 years, we've been helping people just like you protect what matters most. So go ahead and make a difference in the world. We'll help you be good at life. Visit NewYorkLife.com or call us today. New York Life. We're here to help.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Pulaski Citizen Live, presenting you with All-Star Week coverage down here on the campus, so to speak, of historic Exchange Park, alongside Mark Mize, Wade Neely sitting in the saddle, and our coverage all week long brought to you by the Bank of Frank Ewing. Giles County American League versus Giles County National League. We will get our first peek at the lineup, and good to see the National League lineup as Seth Young returns. He was out Friday due to illness, so he's back in the lineup. He is, they're not going to be at full capacity, as we'll get to here in just a moment. But Seth Young will lead things off. Ty Edwards will bat second. And batting third will be Hunter Starling, who is your catcher tonight. Hagan Haney is out for the rest of the series, unfortunately. We wish him well and a safe and speedy recovery. He had some medical work done this morning. Hope he's making a great recovery there. Cleanup hitter will be Zahari Howell. He's going to play first base today. Batting fifth will be Brantley Swanner, also your right fielder. Maddox Wells will bat sixth and play second. Chandler McCrory is your center fielder. Braden Underwood plays left field, batting eighth. And rounding out the lineup is Braxton Richardson. So just 9 again in the lineup. They played with 9 on Friday. They'll play with 9 again tonight, will the National League. On the flip side, Mason Blaylock will lead things off and play left for the American League. Charlie Nelson will be your sub, but he'll bat second. Braylon Bledsoe is out in center field. Batting third, Dawson Lee will be your shortstop. Denton Davis will play right field and bat fifth. Kason Stout will be your pitcher here tonight. So Stout goes from the catcher spot to the pitcher's role this evening, at least to start the ball game. Rhett Dooley will be in second base and batting seventh. Everett Chapman will play right field this evening and bat eighth. Batting ninth will be Nate Edwards, who had a big hit in game number 2 last Friday. He'll play third base as well. And behind the plate will be Tay Bledsoe. She rounds out the lineup in the 10-hole position. So, Mark, pretty familiar lineup. There's not much room for error, and we've seen the National League. Seth was out due to illness on Friday, and they're without their starting catcher, Hagan Haney, tonight. So a thin roster for both of these teams. The margins get that much closer between these two already evenly matched squads.
Yeah, and traditionally that's how it's going to be on an all-star club. You're not going to have too many subs traditionally, but, they knew that coming into this. I'm sure during the regular season some of these guys had to play shorthanded a couple times. Life happens, and we wish the best for those who are under the weather here tonight like Hagan, and hope that, once again, we just see some good baseball and that those who aren't here tonight are well served by their teammates on the field.
Absolutely, and probably got one or two folks that are tuning in with us. As usual, we're going to get started just a hair early. And at 5:40, our opening pitch comes across. And Stout pumps one past Seth Young, your leadoff hitter, for strike number 1.
And kind of an interesting, I don't know for sure that it was this way, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. An interesting kind of element last week was moving the game from Thursday to Friday, opened up some new pitching options, of course, if I'm not mistaken, based on the day's rest there. And so obviously that kind of was a storyline, I assume, as well. That'll be interesting to see now that you've had a couple more days to kind of refresh some of those arms again and see some of the guys you probably saw early in the tournament.
There's no doubt pitching is kind of what dictates. I mean, obviously it is at the major league level too, but especially in an all-star tournament format, pitching is such a pivotal factor as we got a 2-2 count here to the leadoff hitter, Seth Young.
Well, at one point, they were on pace to play 6 games in 4 days, correct? That was how originally, as there's a line drive, that'll find the gap in right center, and that'll be a leadoff single for Seth Young.
Good little base knock. You're right, partner. They were getting ready to play. They were getting ready to cram 6 games in Tuesday through Friday.
Yeah, and of course, once again, when you have a pitch count rule, obviously that, potentially, which these guys are also, probably 2/3 of these rosters are pitchers when they need to be, as there's a nice little bunt laid down there. Clean field, but the throw is airmailed. It's going to send runners to at least second and third. We'll see if they send them.
They're going to wave Young around. Here's the play. The throw is in plenty of time. And Tay applies the tag, but the ball pops free, so Young catches a little bit of a break there. It was a high tag, and Young was able to knock it loose, and so the opening run of the ball game comes across. The National League strikes first here on PCL.
Really not a bad play there by Bledsoe. It was kind of a high throw. She had to very quickly snag it and try to apply the tag, and, of course, got the tag down, but the ball had slipped out. Tough play there, and that'll be a 1-0 lead for your road team.
National League striking first, pretty much been the theme of our tournament thus far, as the team in the top of the first.
Oh, you talk about somebody trying to lay down a high bunt there. I think that one was above his head.
Starling digging in. Pitched a couple of times already in the series. He's playing catcher tonight. He lifts one on an 0-2 count. Will not get beyond the pitcher's mound as Stout comes in, makes the catch, first out.
That's a big out to get there. You still have a runner on third, and you gave up an initial run, but potentially you get another quick out here without it being a ground out. Maybe you can keep that runner at third.
So one away here after the pop out.
I like that in traditional all-star fashion. If I'm not mistaken, they're all wearing their actual team regular season hats with their, of course, American and National League jerseys. I've always thought that was a really cool element because you kind of get to see who was where, who were teammates with who, and still get to represent those teams that you played for proudly in the regular season.
Yeah, I love when the squads do that. Like you said, picture kind of perfect representation is Howell Diggs in here looking on the outside. Most dangerous hitter in the lineup for the American National League for sure. Bledsoe for the American League, right there with him in terms of slugging. Howell struggled at the plate just a little bit by his standards on Friday night. Has a full count here. Protecting the plate, he whacks one and actually bounces off the helmet of his teammate in the on-deck circle, Swanner.
Yeah,
He's
typically, wouldn't the on-deck guy be on the opposite side to kind of protect against that, or am I wrong?
You would think so, but Swanner's a little used to the contact. He was plunked a couple of times the other night, but he had a couple big hits and a massive strike out there for Stout, getting Howell for the second out.
You know, with the exception of that line drive that was hit to right, I think Stout's been pretty effective in this first inning. He's looked good.
Got a 1-0 lead, does the National League, but they got 2 quick outs, got a runner stranded at third.
Yeah, and of note, that is an unearned run.
Swanner lifting this one, and Stout will come underneath it to make his second grab of the frame. And we head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 your score. Good little top half of this first inning as you are listening and watching exclusive GCLL All-Star Baseball coverage presented all week long by the fine folks at the Bank of Frank Ewing.
When it comes to insurance, Winterberg and Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterburinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're more than just an electric utility. We also offer internet, TV, and phone services. Our commitment to our customers and our community is what sets us apart. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESenergize.com or call us today.
Back with you guys here in the bottom half of the first inning. You're listening and watching Giles County Little League All-Star Baseball coverage presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing alongside Mark Mize, our producer, Scott Stewart, Wade Neely. Glad to be with you guys. Another great night of baseball on tap. We already had a run come across for the National League. But kind of like what happened Friday night, Mark, the NL was their own worst enemy at times. They ran into a couple of outs. They nearly ran into the out that would have taken the run off the board a moment ago, but they did leave a runner stranded at third. So if you're the American League, yes, you gave up one, but you got to feel pretty confident after just giving up one and you struck out Howell in the top of the first.
Yeah, and there was one error and another one that, potentially could have gone down as an error in that inning. And so anytime the opposing team defense is struggling a bit, you have to take advantage of it. They get one run on the board, but I feel like there probably was more out there for them to take. Stout really pitched out of a jam well. Only gave up one hit in the inning, of course, even though they had had a runner on third and another run had already scored with no outs, but really pitched well from kind of behind it.
Mason Blaylock, Charlie Nelson, and Braylon Bledsoe will lead things off here in the bottom half of the first inning. 1-0 is your score. And a nice pitch, but sailing outside there from the arm of Seth Young, who, if memory serves me correct, was your game one starter.
I believe you're correct.
Gets the ball here.
And also the lone run of the game so far, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He was tagged out at home, but the ball came out just at the end of the play. It's a nice piece of hitting here by Blaylock. And McCrory comes charging in, tries to stab at it, and just misses And a runner will be aboard here. Both teams now have had their leadoff runner aboard in this first inning. Blaylock is a speedster over there now at first base.
And that was a little bit of a blooper. That's just a really tough play for center field. I wouldn't personally count that as an error, as he had to run pretty far to get that one. Typically, you might see your infield try to range out for that, but, right, like I said, just kind of no man's land there. No one in the vicinity.
And kind of with Haney being out, you move Starling over to behind the plate. Howell could have potentially been at shortstop tonight. You maybe could have called on him to make a play like that. As Starling will throw behind the runner, and Blaylock takes off and swipes the bag. Luckily, the throwdown is for the National League is picked up. So Blaylock is just at second. Charlie Nelson digging in with an 0-2 or 2-0 count, I should say.
That's a gutsy lead he took there, and he's going to do it again.
Another delayed steal. Starling throws it back to the pitcher, and Blaylock scoots up to third.
In that situation, I know it's kind of, typical that you want to kind of throw down quickly, and as that one's high, and it's going to be a walk. Typically, you want to, of course, throw down quickly and try to catch him in a rundown. But at that point, I think the best play is just to go ahead and throw it to the next base and let him go back. Because with his speed and at this level, I don't think you're going to get him out too many times.
So now with the walk, the runners are at the corners. And you got Bledsoe digging in, who fouls one off the inside of his foot there.
Talk about line drive power. Bledsoe was crushing it in games 1 and 2. Did we see any more home runs in 3 and 4?
Hit a single home run across the 2 games. That was the only dinger we had, though, the other night. As now Nelson will take off. And
does that mean
safely
that's
into
4
second
for the series for him? Whew. It's quite a series.
2 in game 1, 1 in game 3, and 1 in game 4.
I think he had 1 in game 2, didn't he?
That's excuse me. Yes, 2 in game 1, 1 in game 2. Yep, in game 4.
Yeah, because he ended up getting our MVP of game 2 just because he pitched so well as well.
Lines one down the third base bag here, just foul.
I'll tell you, talk about one that's just inches from being fair. I think about 3 more inches, it might hit the bag.
So Bledsoe will dig in. The big power hitter for the National League. Sorry, Howell struck out in the first. Bledsoe's going to have to protect the plate here with 2 strikes on him.
Yeah, good job by Young to get ahead of him here, but you can't be complacent. I still wouldn't go right after him on this pitch.
1 and 2.
I think that's a good pitch there to go outside. Try to get him to chase. Nothing really that you're risking there. Might even do it one more time before you throw him something in the zone.
2 and 2 now the count. This is hit. Little inside-out swing that will find the right fielder, Swanner. 1 run will come home. They're going to wave Nelson in plenty of time. Good job by Starling of protecting a plate and making the tag. So just 1 RBI for Bledsoe. And now 1 out as Nelson is tagged out at home.
Yeah, great play there. The initial throw, the relay, the tag out at home, that's just really solid defense there. Bledsoe's a guy who it's going to be hard to get him out, but I think the best thing you can do there is, you gave up a run. It is a tie game. You got to key out now, though, and we'll see if just like Stout did in the top of the first inning, if Young can pitch out of a jam here as well.
1-1 your new score here. As Starling, after making a good squeeze and tagging out the runner at home, can't put the leather all the way on this one, and Bledsoe moves up to third.
That's one thing great to see as well at this age, that they're really hitting their cutoff men. They're doing a great job on the relay. That's something a lot of guys, they, especially in a park this size, I think to themselves, I can throw it, and see if they want to go ahead and try to launch it home.
Lee swings and misses. Dawson Lee had a big night, both pitching and hitting the other night. Here's a little dribbler out to short, picked up by Edwards and fired on. The run will come across, but Lee gets thrown out at first. So 2 outs, but the American League seizes control here with a 2-1 lead in this bottom of the first.
Got to feel good there, even though with the out, if you're Lee, you did your job. You didn't hit to the left side of the infield on the ground out, and as a result, they didn't have a play at home and had to take the out and the 2-1 lead.
bottom half of this first inning. Denton Davis digs in now with an 0-1 count. He swings and misses. The bases are empty with an 0-2 count here. Young firing. Pitch number 20 goes outside the zone.
You have to feel with 5 and 6 tonight and 7 tomorrow, you know that you're not going to get these pitchers again. And so I imagine that if they're pitching well, are going to go up to just about as close to the limit as they can.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if both sets of managers deploy that strategy as it's 2-2. Trying to get Davis to chase, but a keen eye there.
I think the limit's 85. Is that right? Yeah, so I bet you're going to see a couple guys get to 85 tonight.
Payoff pitch here. Lost it upstairs. Good job by Davis drawing the walk. So Kason Stout will dig in now. Runner at first. 2-1 is your score. AL's leading this game in the bottom of the first inning. And the runner will go and thrown out. Davis will be tagged out, caught stealing. And a great throwdown there from the backup catcher filling in tonight, Hunter Starling. And we head to the second. It's going to be 2-1 when we come back right after this. You are listening and watching exclusive coverage of GCLL baseball presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're more than just an electric utility. We also offer internet, TV, and phone services. Our commitment to our customers and our community is what sets us apart. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESenergize.com or call us today.
If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347-4255.
Back with you guys here on Pulaski Citizen Live alongside Mark Mize, Scott Stewart, Wade Neely saying hello. Couple of updates, folks, especially one for the National League. Our good buddy Hagan Haney is dialed into the broadcast. He actually was sick before he was supposed to have his procedure today, so he is at home watching. Hope you're resting up. Maybe we'll get you out here at the ballpark tomorrow, Hagan. As Maddox Wells leads things off, and that one gets under the glove of Nelson and a leadoff base knock right there.
You have to really feel for Nelson there. Initially I think he was expecting that hop, a kind of tricky hop off of the clay there, and unfortunately just didn't get the glove down on it, and that will be runner on first.
So Chandler McCrory will dig in here. All-Star Week coverage brought to you by the Bank of Frank Ewing. Also, all of our strikeouts and home runs this week brought to you by RE/MAX Southern Real Estate. Our skills competition, as that's in there for a called strike, which was, feels like an ages ago, was last Monday night. That was presented by Murray Chevrolet and Sharp Motor Company. Also, thanks to our traditional sponsors here. This one's Outside the Zone, Pulaski Natural Gas, Winterburn and Associates Insurance, Haney Realty and Property Management, Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Pulaski Electric System, RE/MAX Southern Real Estate, Tiffany Haygood, M&M Staffing, and Haney Financial Solutions.
How about that throwout last inning by Starling, though? I like the call there to steal, run on first, 2 outs, nothing to lose, potentially get someone in scoring position, but he was there and threw a bullet down to second base for a tag out.
Terrific play from Starling.
I like the aggression from the coaching staff there, trying to make a play.
Yeah, try and push that lead even further. It's 2-1 here, and McCrory earns a free pass.
So both on second and first, you got decent little speed here, and so you could put something in the gap in the outfield. You might even score 2.
Braden Underwood will dig in now in this 2-1 ball game. Series is tied 2-2. National League wins both on night one. AL comes back and wins 2 on Friday. Little dribbler out to Nelson at second, and that one eats him up. He does a great job of keeping it in front of him, however. So the runners are frozen, but the bases are now loaded as Underwood is aboard.
Yeah, I'll tell you, those in-between hoppers, those are just so hard to read. And actually looks like they may be making a defensive change now as Nelson is going to head out to left field. And we have a new second baseman who almost didn't get back in time.
Rhett Dooley trots in. Coming in, Mason Blaylock, from left field. Blue hat threw me for a loop there. As this one is taken by Richardson.
That's very funny, though, in that situation that I guess they didn't tell the pitcher there was about to be a change made. Probably could have stepped off the mound for a moment longer.
Yeah,
Luckily,
give our guys
no harm, no foul.
Give our guy a second to get settled in out there. Braxton Richardson dealing with the 2-2 count now.
Like I said, though, for Nelson, neither one of those are really easy plays. You feel for a guy, though. Those in-between hoppers can get anybody.
Another one to Nelson. This time he makes a good little snag. He goes to second, but the force out is not there. The shortstop did not slide over, and he had to go to first, unable to make the play, and the run will come home. We are tied at 2-2 here in this second inning.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there. Unfortunate, but now suddenly, you have a lot of places you can get out here, so let's see what they do.
So the new second baseman trotting in. And a tough break there for Blaylock. Now we're going to have a team mound visit here.
I'll tell you, though, tough break for Stout, as his defense really has not done him any favors here in a game where he's been pitching pretty well.
Back to the top of the lineup here with Young. Young singled and later scored first run of the ball game. Now 2-2 here in this second inning as mound visit is concluded. We're in game number 5 here. As this one catches the inside part of the bat and Young fouls it off. Oh, 2 count. Stout's pitching pretty well, like Marcus mentioned several times tonight. Coming from the catcher position.
In a 2-2 game now, though, you are kind of wasting some pitches here.
This is lifted. Young hits one high, hits one deep, hits one out of here. It is a grand slam for Young. And those that were wondering, there was a promotional offer earlier in this series. That offer did end. It was game 3, a grand slam only. Would be free hot dogs and free sodas for everyone in attendance. But that is, unfortunately, for the fans in attendance, it is not game 3. So that is unfortunate. But a grand slam nonetheless, brought to you by Remax Southern Real Estate. What a drive from the leadoff hitter, Seth Young.
Yeah, and that one just, we've seen that a couple of times where it just seems like the ball keeps lofting and lofting. You notice there when the left fielder kind of was trying to catch it off of Karam off the wall, you knew it was definitely deep. And I think that's the right play there because you knew it was at least going to hit the wall, but probably sails over it by about 5 feet, and that'll plate 4.
6-2. This one is pumped out to Dooley at short. He has to skip one. It actually bounces off the leg there, and Edwards will cruise up to second with the free extra bag there.
Good job by Dooley in the hole, just not quite enough arm strength there to deliver it on the mark for first.
So Edwards at second.
Oh.
Still nobody out in this inning.
Talk about a line shot there. Foul territory. Thus, the coaching staff will have to Check their heart monitors.
6-2. We've seen some vicious cuts from these youngsters. And
Seen a
Young just put a cannon out of here a moment ago.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of really good hitting as well in the series.
The best and brightest here from Exchange Park all season long. And right now in the National League, this is a series deciding game potentially. Certainly would have momentum going into game number 6 later tonight.
So that's at least the 7th home run of the series, right?
You got Howell, Bledsoe. 7 home runs indeed.
Look at me go.
This man knows all, folks, as Starling will draw the walk and trot down. You must have read the recaps in Pulaski Citizen.
I always do.
That's somehow not even out on newsstands just yet, but I have a feeling you have access to that info, as this is behind the catcher now. And the runners will scurry around the bags, and quickly 2 now in scoring position. And Howell at the plate. This game could get cracked wide open here, folks. 1-0 count. Stout sends one up. Taken by Howell.
Also note those watching at home can't see because there's not a camera on us, but Wade Neely looking rugged in the press box.
Rugged.
Got the mountain man look going on. It's been a couple days since you shaved.
I guess I'm not going to shave till the series is over.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a good thing going right now. 2-1.
I wondered if it'd been about a week.
Stout has ran into a real pickle here in this second inning. 6-2. And on a 3-1 count, Howell nearly falls over. He was swinging so hard there. Big cut for the big man.
You talk about the green light there. That was either going to be a swing and a miss, or that one was going to be in the parking lot.
This time he laces one out, and it gets beyond 2 gloves, and that will play 2 runs. And the National League is pouring it on right now as Howell smokes a 2 RBI double, getting all the way to the base of the wall. And there's still nobody out here in this top half of the second inning.
Well, in the 3 games that I've seen so far in this series, National League has just a really consistent lineup top to bottom. It's not like you can avoid a few guys and be all right. They're getting good production.
And we got a defensive change after the balls have been just finding the gap there out towards second. Dooley will now come over from short to second, and you'll see Bledsoe come in from the outfield to shortstop. Blaylock started the game in left field as Swanner swings and misses here. He's already gone from left to second to center. Oh, 2 count. Upstairs. Swanner is the final hitter of the inning before the lineup bats around. And he tips that one off. And Swanner's been floating all around the lineup. He had some electricity in his bat in game number 3 Friday night. And hit pretty well in game number 4. Started the game in the 8-hole spot and moved all the way up to the leadoff position. As this one is in the dirt, count 2-2 now. 8-2 your score. As Swanner puts one in play toward Bledsoe, who fires across the diamond. Now they're going to throw down, and they got Howell. Howell was kind of glancing back, checking to see how much time he had to make up on a potential throw. That might have cost him there as Swanner grounds out, and then they gun down Howell at third. There's a massive double play there for the American League.
Yeah, great play all around there.
That's
I guess that was Bledsoe, Davis, and Lee were the 3 who made that play. Of course, Bledsoe makes the initial strong throw. Lee comes off. Excuse me, not Davis comes off first quickly to make the throw down to third, and then Lee there is willing to kind of take the takeout slide to secure the tag. So impressive play all the way around.
Yeah, those are two of the biggest kids for either team.
Oh, yeah.
Colliding there at third base.
In game one, I think at one point they were both playing. No, Lee was playing short in game one, I think.
This is fouled away.
And I think Hal may have moved around, but he played some first.
This is an unlucky bounce at second. Second base has been a house of horrors so far in this second inning, as that one was trickling to Dooley's left, and then at the last moment zigzags back to the right. And Maddox Wells is aboard for the second time this inning. Wells led off the inning with a single, came around to score. 7 runs coming across here in this second as McCrory swings and misses. Eight to 2 our score. That one's in the dirt. One and two now. The big double play is what has the AL at least one out away from getting out of this inning.
I'll tell you for a moment, there's about a 80% chance of rain for exactly 1 hour today, and I was wondering if it was going to push back game time, but luckily it got past us, and now it's a nice little evening of baseball.
It was a little cloudy about an hour ago. Somewhat ominous, but we're playing on full count. McCrory slashes one, guess where? In the hole at first and second, and Wells is not really going to slow down. He's going for third all the way, and runners will be at the corners. This inning continues. McCrory has now reached base for the second time in this inning. And Stout is up to 65 pitches here. Underwood swings and misses. That briefly gets away from the catcher. McCrory was taken second pretty much from the jump. Fouled away by Underwood.
Yeah, unfortunately for the American League, due to a tough defensive night, 85 pitches might not even get Stout through the third inning.
He's really having to work here. The National League pushing runs across in a big way here in inning number 2. That's upstairs. Underwood ducks out of the way. One-two delivery. This is pushed foul. One pitch shy of 70 now for Stout. 1-2 delivery coming up. And that one briefly again gets away from Bledsoe behind the plate. She collects it quick order.
Yeah, good job by Bledsoe to be quick on that. There's been a couple times where there's a chance for Aaron to come home by third, but Stout and Bledsoe both doing a good job of getting in position in case they do.
And a swing and a miss. Underwood goes down on strikes, but not before the National League pops across 7 runs, ladies and gentlemen. Your new score is 8-2. We hit the bottom half of the second inning when Mark and I return right after this here on PCL All-Star Week coverage presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347-4255.
The Natural Gas Department of Pulaski is here to help you save money. Natural gas is safe, efficient, and cost-effective. It's up to 50 to 60% less expensive than electricity for home heating. Plus, it's clean and efficient, so you can feel good about your choice. Call us today for service or visit our website to learn more. Make the switch to natural gas and start saving today.
When it comes to real estate, Haney Realty and Property Management is the team you can trust. Our extensive knowledge of the market and industry allows us to help our clients with any real estate need. We know how to get results. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or rent, let us put our expertise to work for you. Call us today at 931-347-9150 or visit HaneyRealtyPam.com to learn more. Haney Realty and Property Management, your best friend in real estate.
Back in action here on Pulaski Citizen Live. He's Mark Mize. Our producer tonight is Scott Stewart. Wade Neely saying hello. What an inning, Mark, for the National League. After scoring 1 in the first, they push 7 runs across and go from trailing 2-1 to now leading 8-2 in this contest.
Yeah, but honestly, it probably could have been even worse, to tell you the truth. When that grand slam went out, I kind of wondered if they potentially were going to push it near 10 and start to get into the conversation of ending this one after 3 or 4. But now big opportunity for American League here too, as that ball comes up in our general area. See if they can answer.
Kaysen Stout hasn't pitched all that poorly. Just some really tough luck.
Yeah, I'd say there have been at least 6 errors.
Tough luck liners all across the infield. As 1-2, he takes this. Now it's 2-2. Stout, Dooley, and Chapman are due up this frame. And rung up looking is Kaysen Stout. That is a Remax Southern Real Estate punch out. A little pause for dramatic effect from our home plate umpire there. As this one is inside to Dooley. AL kind of scrambling around last half inning as well, trying to really find their defensive alignment. The grand slam from the pitcher, Seth Young, has got things rolling here for the NL. In there for a strike.
It's interesting, too, because the first couple games, I would have said we saw a pretty good defensive afternoon for the two clubs, and so really uncharacteristic to have a pretty rough start. Almost got us again.
They're tracking us. Coming right toward us here. As you are watching our All-Star Week coverage on Pulaski Citizen Live, presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
As of tomorrow, it'll be All-Star Weeks.
Yeah.
We'll move to our 8th day of the tournament. Assuming, of course, that we don't have a sweep here tonight, as if either team sweeps tonight, that would be all she wrote.
It's also worth noting, someone's got to be the bearer of bad news. If you look at the forecast, there's a chance of rain every day this week. Thank you to our producer, Scott Stewart, hand delivering some caffeine to the press box. We appreciate that. Had no trouble staying awake in the top half of this inning as Young's grand slam, part of a 7-run outburst from the NL.
And now Young's looking pretty good on the mound. I think he's an early candidate for your Soda Pop Junction most outstanding in their field MVP.
In there, but it's on the outside edge. Dooley thought about taking off. And again, in the bottom of the first, the American League was kind of finding its rhythm. Try to steal. And couldn't get that runner to second, as a great play from Starling behind the plate ends the inning maybe prematurely.
Well, I know you have to start somewhere with any comeback, but honestly, I probably wouldn't steal here just because down by 6 runs, you're potentially erasing a base runner, and you're going to need more than one here to get back into this.
And I guess a potential hit and run attempt there. Swung on and missed. Chapman goes down. That's another Remax Southern Real Estate strikeout.
Well, half of it worked. Dooley's down there in second, so the run part was fine.
Got a little bit of that. You're right. Here's Nate Edwards now. Edwards had the biggest hit of the night in game number 4. It was a tie ball game at 4 apiece, and Edwards had his best hit of the season, as this one is grounded out to Ty Edwards, and he guns down Nate at first. And a quick inning there for the American League. We hit the top half of the third. You are listening and watching exclusive GCLL All-Star Baseball, and you're watching with us right here on Pulaski Citizen Live. Our coverage presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
Sometimes you just can't find the perfect house for you and your family. That's when it's time to start fresh and build your own dreams. We can help with new construction mortgages designed to make every step an easy one. Learn more at the Bank of Frank Ewing. Stop by and see us in Frank Ewing, Pulaski, Lawrenceburg, or Hazel Green, Alabama. You can also visit us online at bankoffrankewing.com. Bank of Frank Ewing is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Sharp Motor Company has been a trusted dealer and service provider since 1960. We're dedicated to finding you a great deal, providing expert service, and offering top-notch customer care. Our hassle-free financing will get you on the road in no time. Visit us today for a test drive or give us a call to talk about your options. Let Sharp Motor Company help you find the perfect vehicle for you.
Murray Chevrolet GMC proudly serves southern Middle Tennessee and North Alabama. We know that there's a lot more to buying a car than, well, simply buying a car. Our team is here to guide you through every facet of your automotive experience, from helping you shop for the perfect new or used Chevrolet or GMC model. Stop by and see us or visit murraychevrolet.com. Pulaski's go-to automotive.
We are back here on Pulaski Citizen Live. You are watching exclusive GCLL All-Star Baseball coverage presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing alongside Scott Stewart and Mark Mize. Wade Neely saying hello. Our series is tied 2-2, but this game has been all National League after a 7-run second inning. Mark, we probably will see a pitching change at some point this inning as Stout is up to 73 pitches after that 0-1 delivery, now 1-1.
Yeah, wouldn't expect to see more than 3 batters here for Stout. Of course, if he's under 85 as he gets to start that third one, he can go ahead and finish that with that last hitter, but after that, that'll be it for him.
National League batting around plus in the second. Taking care of business at the plate. This one is lifted. Nelson runs over, does a pretty good job of getting to it. Couldn't extend the glove, however.
Decent little amount of foul territory there down the left field line.
That was right in the neighborhood of Scott's perch the other night. He successfully avoided any contact from there were some sharp liners down that third base line Friday night.
Scott Stewart's a sharp man, though.
There was some tap dancing skills on display, no doubt, as this is lifted and Bledsoe robbing what would have been a surefire extra base hit from Braxton Richardson. What a play out there in center.
When Bledsoe took that first step, you could tell he had a read on it. I thought there was a pretty good chance he was going to find a way to catch that one way or another. And how about the range out in center?
Long arms of Bledsoe, nice stride. Kind of made a really tough play look rather somewhat routine by the end of it. As Young will dig in now. Young is 2 for 2, a single and a grand slam. This goes right back into the netting right in front of us. The starting pitcher for the National League, Seth Young, with a massive shot out to left center earlier. This is pitch number 80, and it's fouled away.
It's funny, too, because he almost just kind of has a slow windup on his swing there. So, I mean, it looked just kind of effortless there as he
really did.
You know, honestly, Bledsoe, whenever he's hitting him out, you know, he's just got such great bat speed. But Young, that was just all power.
A little bit of an off-speed pitch there. Young ducks out of the way.
That's 81, so unless he can get rid of him in the next couple, this may be his last batter.
Fouled back again. National League, Stout has been pitching pretty well, but the National League's been making solid contact as well.
They have. I mean, that's part of it is you just put the ball in play and hope good things happen. And, you know, unfortunately for the other team, those good things were errors. But, yeah, I mean, other team can't commit an error if you can't put it in play. So the best thing you can do is put a bat on a ball.
Saw that with Richland at the high school level this year. Luke Jones, they just said, hey, don't worry about striking guys out. We just want you to put it in play. And their defense did the rest a lot of the times. You're exactly right.
Let's see if we can get him out here.
This is a shot,
Ooh.
A screamer off the ankle of Lee out there at third. And that will be a double for Young. Absolutely ropes one. So Young, for those keeping track at home, has a single, a double, and a home run to his credit now.
Howell was only a triple shot of the cycle in game one, so we'll see if Young can complete it here. Speaking of completing, this will indeed be the last at bat that pitched by Stout.
There's pitch 85. He'll get the finish here. As Ty Edwards digs in. Edwards reached via error in the first. Little infield knock in the second. He came around to score. Edwards puts a charge into this, but Bledsoe camps out underneath it. Second out of the inning. A little can of corn by the end of that one there. Second out recorded this inning at center for Braylon Bledsoe. And we'll have a pitching change here. Mark and I will return right after this as we'll have a new pitcher. And it looks like maybe that Blaylock going to get the ball here. We'll have a new pitcher on the mound when we come back after this. You are listening and watching GCLL All-Star Week coverage presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
Sharp Motor Company has been a trusted dealer and service provider since 1960. We're dedicated to finding you a great deal, providing expert service, and offering top-notch customer care. Our hassle-free financing will get you on the road in no time. Visit us today for a test drive or give us a call to talk about your options. Let Sharp Motor Company help you find the perfect vehicle for you.
Murray Chevrolet GMC proudly serves southern Middle Tennessee and North Alabama. We know that there's a lot more to buying a car than, well, simply buying a car. Our team is here to guide you through every facet of your automotive experience, from helping you shop for the perfect new or used Chevrolet or GMC model. Stop by and see us or visit murraychevrolet.com. Pulaski's go-to automotive.
When it comes to insurance, Winterberg and Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterberinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
Pitching change as Mason Blaylock will come to the mound. Hunter Starling will be at the dish. Seth Young is now courtesy running at second. 8-2 is your score. Alongside Mark Mize, Wade Neely saying hello. Kason Stout departs. Moves over to first. And there are 2 outs here. Starling's got some pretty good pop in his bat. He puts down a wild bunt right there. Had to drop very low to get the bat to, and he did, but he pushes it foul.
Was Young Kersey? I thought he was the hitter that got to second.
Correction, yes, Edwards flew out. I'll tell you what, folks, you can't get anything by this young man. As this is slapped out to right, beyond the glove of Stout, they're going to wave Young. And it's a moot point as he slides in safely. It would have been a real interesting call as Young was close to touching home plate at the same time. And Starling now coming across and pushing the run home into scoring position now. He is.
I'm sure on that play, Stout kind of looked over to Blaylock and he's like, yeah, it's not the first time I've seen that happen in terms of a tough play, admittedly, once again. But, some of those plays, if you're going to win a championship, you have to make them. I mean, none of the plays tonight have just been, terrible, terrible defensive plays. But, you just don't get a glove down in time. You just slightly miss it. It deflects off the heel, all of those things.
Look out. This is smoked from Howell. Will it stay fair? It will. And it bounces into the street. A 2-run bomb launched by Zahari Howell. And the team comes out to greet him. That is a Remax Southern Real Estate round tripper sent into orbit by the big man, Zahari Howell.
I was wondering there if you're going to see the Carlton Fisk from him trying to wave it fair because, yeah, you're right. As long as that was fair, that thing was gone. Just about hit that great car out there on the street. It's funny, we did have a truck hit by a Bledsoe bomb in game 1, but I think that's the only vehicle I've seen hit so far. So I'll tell you, though, people are brave. I did not park down here. I would not do that personally.
11-2, your new score. Swanner grounds out, and the play is made. And 2 more runs come across. It is 11-2. Mark and I will return right after this. You're listening and watching exclusive GCLL baseball coverage presented all week long by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
When it comes to insurance, Winterburn and Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterburinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
New York Life is a company that's for the people who make a difference. We're for the people who put their love into action. For over 175 years, we've been helping people just like you protect what matters most. So go ahead and make a difference in the world. We'll help you be good at life. Visit NewYorkLife.com or call us today. New York Life. We're here to help.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
We're back right here on Pulaski Citizen Live. GCLL All-Star Classic coverage sponsored by the Bank of Frank Ewing. Look at your defense there from our side camera as we bring it back to home here. Tay Bledsoe will dig in.
Tay Bledsoe trying to put one over the wall there. Big swing.
She had a great hit the other night. Got tremendous bat speed.
Has had some good catcher work tonight as well.
Caught one of the games Friday and did pretty well behind the plate. 0-2 the count. Young returns. He's up to 44 pitches. We are in the the bottom half of the third. Final home game for the American League, regardless of what happens here. For those that remember, many moons ago, last Monday, the skills competition, sponsored by Murray Chevrolet Sharp Motor Company, the National League wins home field advantage. So if this comes into play, Game 7, the NL will host there.
I'll tell you, I think the NL right now, what they're thinking is, let's try and win this in the next 2 innings so we can just finish out the night with Young. I don't think they want to throw another arm if they don't have to, but they're probably going to have to run rule to keep from having to use someone else.
1-2. A big strikeout presented by Remax Southern Real Estate. Bledsoe becomes the first out of the inning. There's been a little sign of life from the American League back in the first, but by and large, the NL's done a great job as Bledsoe strikes out. Blaylock digs in. Young looks very comfortable out there on the mound. Blaylock, a left-handed hitter. That one upstairs. This is game number 5, 2-0 delivery. That one on the inside part of the plate nearly got Blaylock on the elbow there.
Suddenly Young just a little bit wild there as he misses inside, then misses outside. It's a walk.
So base runner aboard. Charlie Nelson digging in. And if you can get him aboard, you'll have the fearful Braylon Bledsoe at the plate with 2 runners. You're trailing by 9 here. It's 11-2.
So you notice what Starling does there. That's the perfect thing to do. You know, you can think about throwing down to first and trying to get that runner a run down. No reason for it, though, in an 11-2 ball game.
2-0 count. And a mound visit here. 54 pitches. Tell you what, folks, if you have not been down to one of these ball games, you still got time to maybe catch a little bit of game number 5. Game 6 will be coming your way around 7:30. And if you have not had dinner, the price of admission is free, but it's worth the trip down here just to eat dinner at the concession stand. Catch some good ball while you're at it here. As a second runner aboard now.
And that's the one thing you can't do here is you want to put the ball in play. No free passes. You're up by a lot. No reason here to issue any walks. Throw it across the plate. And, well, maybe not to this guy, but after you get past Bledsoe, I think you got to challenge these hitters. Don't need any walks.
That's how the AL got back in this series. The NL issued 10 walks in one of their games the other night. And
it's too many, Wade.
Quite a few too many.
I don't know what the right number is, but 10 is not the right number.
And that was heading into the weekend. National League managerial staff probably losing sleep over that. Bledsoe with a towering shot.
It's going to be close.
It'll stay in the yard. No, it will not. It is up, and it is out of here. A 3-run bomb. And Bledsoe clears the bases. And after batting in the leadoff position in games 1 and 2, the move to put him in the 3-hole spot is kind of finally starting to pay dividends as a 3-run shot has a little sign of life here for the AL. Your new score is 11-5. Nelson and Blaylock will trot home as well.
may not cut the lead in half, but you at least cut the lead in third. So you're down by 6 runs. You've been hitting the ball pretty well, but I think that you're going to need some real good pitching to get back into this one. Basically, I don't think you can give up more than maybe 1 or 2 more runs because I don't know if you can expect to score more than 12 or so, although you're getting closer and closer to chasing Young from the game in terms of pitch count. So that obviously probably works in your favor.
He's up to 60 now as Lee swings at that one. 1-2 your count.
Lee had a pretty interesting play last inning where, it bounced up odd, and he, instead of catching it with his glove, he really kind of caught it with his hand off the bare hand and threw the runner out at first. It was a nice little play, albeit an unorthodox one from the shortstop.
Working out in his favor. As he digs in here, the bases are empty now. That's the good news. The bad news is a 3-run bomb, and Lee puts one. Swanner's got great range out there and right, and he dives for it. Can't make the snag, however. And will he get waved to third? Yes, here comes Lee. There will not be a play, and it's a 1-out triple for the big man, Dawson Lee. Denton Davis will now step to the box, trailing by 6. Chance to maybe kind of just creep back in this game just a little bit, like Mark alluded to a moment ago. Quick throw down now finally from Starling. For those that didn't watch last Friday, we mentioned our guy Hagen Haney's watching this broadcast tonight, out sick this evening. We had some epic stare downs from the runners at third, trying to see how close they could get to maybe force a throw down, and Haney just daring them to take one more step every time. 1-2 the count here. Starling, he's got some work to do to get up to Hagen's level, but he's delivering a pretty good little stare down pose. After a little delay here, we're ready to resume. 1-2 is the count. Davis walked and then was thrown out, trying to steal second. 1 out here. That one's way outside. And Starling, who is a left-handed catcher in this situation tonight, kind of played in his advantage as he's able to stick that glove out and snag it. Davis doing a good job staying alive. Dropping down low in the zone to foul that one away. Two and two the count. Swung on and missed. Good pitch just on the outside of the zone. That is a Remax Southern Real Estate strikeout and a big one for Young. They're now 2 outs. Lee remains at third. Stout little nubber off the inside part of the bat. Coming off the bag is Young and making the out for out number 3. The American League leaves a runner stranded at third, but they do push 3 big runs across as we head to the 4th. It is 11-5, the National League on top. When Mark and I return, you are listening and watching All-Star Baseball here at Exchange Park, presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
New York Life is a company that's for the people who make a difference. We're for the people who put their love into action. For over 175 years, we've been helping people just like you protect what matters most. So go ahead and make a difference in the world. We'll help you be good at life. Visit NewYorkLife.com or call us today. New York Life. We're here to help.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're more than just an electric utility. We also offer internet, TV, and phone services. Our commitment to our customers and our community is what sets us apart. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESenergize.com or call us today.
The Natural Gas Department of Pulaski is here to help you save money. Natural gas is safe, efficient, and cost-effective. It's up to 50 to 60% less expensive than electricity for home heating. Plus, it's clean and efficient, so you can feel good about your choice. Call us today for service or visit our website to learn more. Make the switch to natural gas and start saving today.
Quickly in play to begin the fourth, and this gets into the shallow grass in left field. And a leadoff runner aboard. National League leading this ball game. Top of the fourth, 11-5. Southern Tennessee Regional Health System is your scoreboard sponsor tonight. At least until we decide to change it out to someone different. We appreciate them being with us, though. You can also see the finals from all of our previous games there. As Chandler McCrory squares the bunt, pulls it back. Wells ends up getting there safely, but Wells was kind of really worried about if the catcher was going to make a throw down in time, and if he just lowered his head and taken off, he probably would have been there with no play to speak of at all. But safely at second, McCrory digs in. Thinking about bunting again. McCrory walked in his first plate appearance and then had a little infield single in his second.
Dawson Lee continues his goal of playing every position by the end of the night. He's in left field.
Yeah, all over the place.
Third, short, left. Nelson's back at second. Dooley's back at short.
Everybody moving around here.
Dooley's been in 2 different spots. Nelson's been in a couple different spots. Blaylock's been in a couple. Lee's been in 3.
Swung on and missed on a 3-0 count. McCrory with the green light there. At least in his mind, he had the green light. 3-1 delivery coming up. Pitch number 12 on the way for Blaylock. And it's outside. McCrory will trot down to first. Game number 6 will follow at 7:30 here. A couple of quick scores from the bigger leagues. Tennessee comes back to beat Stanford in an elimination game today at the College World Series. The Omaha chance will continue for at least another day or two for the Vols. And LSU is leading top-seeded Wake Forest 1-0 that game early.
It feels like such an odd statement. Top-seeded Wake Forest.
Man, they've had a really – I saw a stat today. Their team ERA is 2.82. That is microscopic almost when you're talking about a team level. As 1-2 the count here to Underwood. Richardson stands on deck. 2-2 the count now. McCrory up to second. Wells over to third. National League gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the third, trying to maybe snag 1 or 2 of those back here. 2 on with nobody out. That one outside of the zone, and it's a full count. And you're playing a dangerous game, letting runners get aboard at the bottom of the lineup here. This is a big pitch. It's on the outside edge, and Underwood will trot down now. You asked about Wake Forest, Mark Mize. There's a classic Rick and Bubba skit. Said, how can you have a team
Demon
mascot that is a
Deacons.
demon and a deacon at the same time.
Well,
That just don't make no sense, as they say in Alabama.
obviously you're not a good Baptist, or else you probably would have met one.
Well played, sir.
Although I say that, Wake Forest is Baptist, I believe, right? And so is Baylor. I believe those are both.
Yep, as this one drops in, Bledsoe has a couple of choices here. He steps on the bag at second. Let me make sure I got that right. Is that a fielder's choice? 8?
I believe
8
it is.
unassisted?
I believe it is.
$12-5 your score.
And speaking of religious teams, Oral Roberts
Yeah.
is still in it, right?
Yep. I thought you were getting ready to say, speaking of deacons, Scott
No.
Stewart is now heading out to his
Yeah.
deacons meeting for tonight. We bid adieu to our producer for the evening.
I feel like Oral Roberts is a holiness movement.
They have played very well. Got a big win. Got a couple of nice wins just to get to Omaha versus Oregon, as count is 1-1. Back to the top of the lineup. Young has hit a grand slam. And he's thinking about another big base hit here. And Stout was tracking it, kind of lost it at just the last moment, lost his balance, so to speak. And the count is 1-2. Young is a triple shy of the cycle. There's one out. Here comes McCrory speeding all the way home. And he taps home plate. And the score is now 13-5. I mentioned again, a dangerous game you're playing, letting these runners at the bottom half of the lineup get on. Because you got Edwards swinging a hot bat, you got Starling hitting pretty well, and you got Howell. But right now, just trying to get through this at bat versus a really good hitter in Seth Young, who missed both games Friday night due to illness. He puts one in play. Bledsoe has a read on it. There's going to be a play at the plate. No, the runner retreats. And Bledsoe got it in pretty quickly. Even though he airmailed it, Stout did a good job of corralling it. And they keep Underwood over there at third. So 2 outs now. Bledsoe has had some remarkable range defensively. And he's camping out under another one here, and he makes the other out yet again. Bledsoe makes all 3 outs in the inning defensively from the center field position. 2 catches and 1 tap out at second on a fielder's choice. And the National League pushes across a couple. It's 13-5 when we come back after this. You are listening and watching GCLL All-Star Baseball, presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
New York Life is a company that's for the people who make a difference. We're for the people who put their love into action. For over 175 years, we've been helping people just like you protect what matters most. So go ahead and make a difference in the world. We'll help you be good at life. Visit NewYorkLife.com or call us today. New York Life. We're here to help.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're more than just an electric utility, We also offer internet, TV, and phone services. Our commitment to our customers and our community is what sets us apart. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESenergize.com or call us today.
Bottom half of the fourth inning. Listening and watching Giles County Little League All-Star coverage presented right here on Pulaski Citizen Live by the mighty fine folks at the Bank of Frank Ewing.
It's awful kind of you, Wade.
That is more than deserved. They've been a fantastic sponsor of ours. We appreciate you double dipping, so to speak, being a proud employee of both entities.
It wasn't too bad today. We had the day off for the holidays, so.
Happy Juneteenth to everybody today. Freedom Day. Playing games 5 and 6 tonight. Had some kind of ominous cloud cover about an hour before first pitch. It got kind of dark here for the last couple of innings, but that sound is me knocking on wood. Looks like we're okay for now.
Yeah, like you said, I don't know if we'll be okay for tomorrow if we have a game 7, but for today, the forecast is looking fortuitous.
3-1 count here. Dooley tried to swing away there, came up empty. I got a little nervous last night, especially when the thunderstorms came in, as we got a payoff pitch here, fouled away. I looked at the forecast for the rest of the week, and it was rain clouds every day. But being Tennessee and all, that really means nothing, especially being in Pulaski. Where storms potentially go to die.
You see those forecasts where it's 60% chance of rain every single hour of the day, and you're like, man, it may not rain a single hour.
We've seen that plenty of times. Dooley draws a walk to start the inning. He's aboard for the second time tonight.
As we said before, this is how it starts. You can't afford to give free passes whenever you have a commanding lead.
Dooley over there at first. Everett Chapman at the dish. One of 2 9-year-olds in the lineup for these two teams. – 13-5 is your score. That one is thrown down. Not much of a play there. 78 pitches after this one here. And Chapman strikes out. That's a Remax Southern Real Estate strikeout there for Young, who's approaching that 85-pitch mark there. Nate Edwards digs in now. Edwards, I mentioned earlier, had the big hit in Game 4, driving in a couple of runs to break the tie. The score ended up pretty lopsided by the end of the evening, but a great effort from Edwards, his best hit of the season, and he nearly sent one out of here. It was out of the ballpark. It was just foul. And the count now goes to 0-2.
I think Young knows he doesn't have a whole lot of pitches to work with here. Let's go right after him. Indeed, there is a Remax strikeout for Young.
So Bledsoe now comes, and that's a massive out. Potentially going to get out of this inning unscathed here.
Starts this at bat with a strike as well.
It's almost as if he turned around and looked and said, holy smokes, I only got a couple of pitches left. And with 2 outs, you'd obviously love to see him get through this half inning.
If he gets a strikeout on this pitch, theoretically, he could come back for one batter next inning. But I'd venture they probably won't do that. They'll probably just let him end with this inning. Oh, well, in that case, after hitting a batter, this will be his last batter face this next one.
So Bledsoe takes one on the forearm there.
That one just got away. You could tell that wasn't intentional because you're up 0-2 in the count.
And now Blaylock heads to the dish. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Runners at first and second. 13-5 is your score. Final couple of pitches and final batter, regardless of what happens here, for Young, who's pitched very well through 3+ innings now. That's in there for a strike. The 1-1 delivery. And Blaylock with a deep cut there. Starling with a snap throw down to shortstop. Dooley retreats. This one swung on and missed. And so striking out the side, Young, that's his last batter, but it's another RE/MAX Southern Real Estate. He ends with an impressive performance. And it will be 5th inning baseball when we come back after this. The National League leads the AL 13-5 in game number 5 of this GCLL All-Star Classic. Mark and I will return right after this. We are presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
New York Life is a company that's for the people who make a difference. We're for the people who put their love into action. For over 175 years, we've been helping people just like you protect what matters most. So go ahead and make a difference in the world. We'll help you be good at life. Visit NewYorkLife.com or call us today. New York Life. We're here to help.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're more than just an electric utility. We also offer internet, TV, and phone services. Our commitment to our customers and our community is what sets us apart. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESEnergize.com or call us today.
We head to the 5th here on Pulaski Citizen Live alongside Mark Myers, Wade Neely saying hello. It'll be Starling leading things off. Hunter Starling. Drop it down and maybe put down a potential base hit bunt there.
I think he may have had a foot on the plate there.
He got way outside of the box there. National League took games 1 and 2. AL takes games 3 and 4. The National League, if this holds, would be the first visiting team to win a game in this series. First road game win of the series, so to speak, Mark Mize.
If I'm seeing correctly, though, there's only been one run rule, thus far in the series.
We did have an 8 after 5 also.
There's an 8 after 5 rule? Okay.
15, 10, and 8.
Gotcha. Didn't know that last one.
As Starling heads back to the dugout. That is a RE/MAX Southern Real Estate strikeout. As Howell tees off here. This has hit a ton. And a good job out there by Dooley at second. And a quick pop out. So I believe I'm correct in this, assuming that regardless of what happens here with the National League in the top half of this inning, we already got 2 outs, though. The AL will need at least 1 run to extend the game. As it is 1-0 now. You're right. You mentioned that game we did together Tuesday night. That second game, 3-2. That was a
excellent game.
Real close contest.
Yeah, Bledsoe and Howell both came in relief. They both looked great. Had 3 home runs in that game, I think, total.
Yeah, it was a pitcher's duel that was decided by home runs. How about that? A 3-run homer and 2 solo homers.
You're exactly right, Wade.
You sometimes see that, too. Every now and again in the majors, you see a really close pitcher's duel, and it's a solo home run that decides the game, seemingly, or a 2-run home run. That was what we were kind of faced with the other night. 2-2 delivery here to Swanner, who Swanner nearly took one out of here on Friday night. Deep double to left. Had a couple of nice plays in right field defensively. He puts one in play here. Is a hot shot picked up, and a throw across the diamond. Bledsoe kind of lost it in the dirt there.
That was a nice little scoop there for Davis, though.
Davis with a great job with the glove.
Throw was a bit in the dirt, but, I mean, I don't think that's something that a lot of middle schoolers are going to make that play. That was nice.
So Maddox Wells will dig in now. This one on the edge. Wells has had a pretty good afternoon. Reached base all 3 times.
Also kind of interesting this bottom half of the inning for, the National League. You have to kind of think if you're them, you probably don't want to throw anyone, that you want to use in game 2. But also, you kind of want to go ahead and end it this inning. And so you don't really want to give up any runs. It puts you kind of in an awkward situation there.
Yeah, you want to throw not an ace per se, but just someone that like you said, that's going to get 3 outs. As Wells swings and misses here. 2-2.
Yeah, I was just checking with the officials just to see could they pitch in this game, and if it was under a certain number, if they could pitch in the nightcap. They cannot. If they throw even 1 pitch in this game, then they will be out until tomorrow.
So regardless of who trots out, as Bledsoe makes a nice running catch, he has had a great game defensively. And Bledsoe will come to the plate. National League leading 13-5. The American League needs at least 1 run to keep us afloat here. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Mark and I will be back right after this. You are listening and watching GCLL All-Star Baseball presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
For over 50 years, PES Energize has been proudly powering our community in Pulaski and Giles County, Tennessee. We're more than just an electric utility. We also offer internet, TV, and phone services. Our commitment to our customers and our community is what sets us apart. We're dedicated to providing safe, reliable, and innovative services. At PES Energize, we believe that serving you is a privilege. We're here for all your energy needs. Visit PESenergize.com or call us today.
If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347-4255.
Bottom of the fifth, and the American League will need at least one run to extend the ball game here, Mark Mize. And the National League, after a really strong performance tonight on the mound from Seth Young, will hand the ball over to Ty Edwards, coming over from the shortstop position to try and close this ball game out.
If Edwards throws under 20 pitches, he could be back tomorrow for a potential Game 7.
So pitch to contact, baby, pitch to contact if you're the National League managerial staff. But not too much contact with
the appropriate amount of contact.
Right. Charlie, Nelson, Bledsoe, and Lee will all bat. Three 3-0 count. Nelson faking a bunt here. Might have overheard some of the local fans here. Oh, and he does put one down on the 3-1. Wells charges in and safe at first. Maybe not going to get them all back this inning, but you need at least one to keep the game alive. And guess who's strolling to the batter's box? Braylon Bledsoe.
I'll tell you, this infield is almost perfect for bunts from a batter perspective. There's just enough grass that you can get it lost before it can get out to the corner infield positions. And just like that, now you're going to have a runner on second after the wild pitch.
This one bounces very awkwardly off the front of the plate. That catches it at such an odd angle, and it bounces over the head of the catcher, Starling.
Wait, I think we might play another inning. You got a runner on third, a very fast runner on third with no outs.
It's looking like that. That's in there for a strike. So you need one to push this game to the sixth. There's two right there. Bledsoe sends one into orbit. Deep and certainly not playable. Braylon Bledsoe to right center pushes us to a 13-7 ball game. That is a Remax Southern Real Estate home run.
At some point, you got to think about intentionally walking him. I mean, my goodness. This is just unheard of. Just effortless power, too.
9 home runs in the regular season. That's what we were told. He may flirt with that number before the series is over.
If he gets 2 more games, it's not unheard of that he could get it.
0-2 the count. This has been a hitting display and fielding display from Bledsoe tonight.
I think he now has over half of the home runs hit in the tournament.
And now Lee slashing one, again out to Swanner. Kind of was frozen momentarily. He does knock it down and does a great job of getting it back in.
I think Edwards is probably one of your better pitchers, so I don't think that you necessarily have to make a change here, but suddenly you have to think about the fact that they're within 6, no outs here. They're going to get to come to the plate twice. Suddenly this is a brand new ball game after we were thinking about
a mercy rule.
Yeah.
Or run rule, I should say, is 13-7. And Edwards is a pretty surefire pitcher. He's already up to 14 pitches and nobody out. Davis puts a jolt into this one. It's yanked foul, however. Davis yanks one. That will bounce in front of the fielder and left there. And the mini comeback continues here.
They score 2 more, and I don't know if it'll be many anymore.
Yeah, and we're 1 hit away. Stout's got a pretty good swing about him. He's already got a triple in this series. This is booted at second. And
oh, they're in trouble now.
now we got a true rundown. Let's see
Yeah.
what Starling does. Hangs on to it. So 13-7.
I'll tell you though, up by 6, I think you try to get the out there because the runners on base aren't necessarily a threat to you, and any out that you can come by, try and get a rundown, see if you can get them to make at least one mistake. Heck, maybe they make 2 and you get a couple outs.
I'm kind of with you there, partner.
In a 1-run game, no.
Right, right.
But the runners on base could not tie this game. There's only 3 of them, and so I think you go for the out there. But I'll tell you, even if they can't tie the game, they can do some damage.
Edwards was thresholded a moment ago, so prior to the 20-pitch cutoff, so he could hypothetically pitch tomorrow. We shall see. Potentially, if necessary, even.
I'll tell you, though, I think the most important is just making sure you go ahead and win this game right now.
Yeah, things are getting a little nervy right now. 3-1 count. Dooley is batting. And Dooley, that's on the outside edge. Ooh, I thought that was ball 4, but it's a 3-2 count. That's a big pitch now for Edwards. Full count. And wow, he comes back and gets a massive out in his final at bat versus Dooley. That is a RE/MAX Southern Real Estate strikeout. Mark and I are going to take a quick timeout for the pitching change. When we come back, the bases are still loaded. And the American League trying to claw back in it. It's 13-7 when we come back after this here on PCL.
New York Life is a company that's for the people who make a difference. We're for the people who put their love into action. For over 175 years, we've been helping people just like you protect what matters most. So go ahead and make a difference in the world. We'll help you be good at life. Visit NewYorkLife.com or call us today. New York Life. We're here to help.
Southern Tennessee Regional Health System. Pulaski is here to help you be well. Our mission is to make our community healthier, and we're your community hospital. We're committed to providing trusted care when you need it most. From wellness checks to emergencies, we're here for you and your family. Visit us today at southerntennessee.com or call 931-363-7531.
Back with you guys here on Pulaski Citizen Live. New pitcher for the National League. Braxton Richardson is on the bump. Sun is trickling in to the left side of our camera here. Check out our secondary camera. You can see up close look at the first baseline there. You can see that the bases are loaded. That sun is bearing down right on us here in the press box, however. Let's see what Richardson can do. The National League entered this fifth inning needing 3 outs to end the game early. That has quickly gone out the window. And as Mark has alluded to a couple of times, we're a hit or two away from this being right back in a game-on situation. American League is the home team for this final time in this series. The NL will get home field advantage in games 6 and 7. 2-1 the count. Everett Chapman has struck out twice tonight. And that one's in the dirt, 3-1. And you're right toward the bottom of the lineup here. Got to start getting another out or two. They just struck out Dooley, which was a massive out, but now Chapman draws a walk. Bases loaded walk, and a run comes in. Third run of the inning. You got to be careful here. 13-8, your new score.
Yeah, they initially led 11-2 and then 13-5, but suddenly we've got a ball game. Oh, and we're going to have somebody come home.
Yep.
Safe.
Good slide there from Davis. – 13-9. It is a 4-run ball game.
And since this is a brand new tournament, we can say if they do come back, this is the biggest comeback. And
GCLL All-Star. You weren't supposed to tell people. That's the beauty of PR right there, my friend. The biggest comeback in history of the tournament. You're right. At this point, you're a hit or two away from potentially thinking about now you only need 3 outs in the 6th inning to win the game. Edwards slices one down the line.
once again, though, if you're the pitcher here, you have to think, as Richardson, if you get the guy at the plate, those 2 runners on base cannot tie this game. If you focus on what you got at the plate, if you can get these next 2 outs, even if those 2 guys score, then you still put yourself in position to win it in the 6th.
1-2 delivery. Big pitch here. On the outside edge, bearing down is Stout. Is he safe? Oh, he's out. Starling with that great range. Scurried back, grabbed the ball, dove, and made the play at the plate. And that was an awfully close play right there. Bang, bang play going against the American League. 2 outs now.
And that's a potential championship winning type of play there.
Now you got a 2-2 count with 2 outs. 2 runners on base, now down to just 1. Edwards takes one up in the zone. That play, remember that one before the night is over, folks.
And just like that, strike number 3.
So it looked like for a moment we would be sitting here with the American League thinking about maybe even tying the game in the 6th or in the bottom of the 5th. But now we go to the 6th. It's still 4 runs, and the National League will have a chance to extend when we come back. Mark and I are back right after this. You are listening and watching Giles County Little League All-Star Baseball coverage presented all series long by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
If you're looking for a new job, let M&M Staffing be your guide. With over 20 years of experience, we know how to connect great people with great opportunities. We work with over 80 companies, so we're sure to find the perfect job for you. Our team is dedicated to helping you succeed, and our high customer satisfaction rate proves it. Ready to get started? Visit us at mnmstaffing.net or give us a call today at 931-347-4255.
The Natural Gas Department of Pulaski is here to help you save money. Natural gas is safe, efficient, and cost-effective. It's up to 50 to 60% less expensive than electricity for home heating. Plus, it's clean and efficient, so you can feel good about your choice. Call us today for service or visit our website to learn more. Make the switch to natural gas and start saving today.
To the 6th we go. Alongside Mark Mize, Wade Neely saying good evening. Updating our Southern Tennessee Regional Health System scoreboard. 13-9, Mark, is your new score. And if you are the American League, you're happy you got back into it, but you also are a little frustrated. You had a chance to really put the pressure on, make this a 1 or 2 run ball game. Had a play at the plate and a strikeout right at the end. And now the National League will send McCrory, Underwood, and Richardson to the dish.
And great job there by Richardson.
2-0 your count. The American League's got to be very careful here now. These are the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup. And the top half of the lineup has been cranking the ball for the National League here. Young's hit a grand slam and scored 3 times. Edwards has scored once. Starling has scored twice. And Howells drove in 4 runs. So all that hard work could fly out the window if you're not careful here. 13-9 your score. 3-1 the count. McCrory chasing one. We've seen him go after it on a 3-0 and now a 3-1 pitch. Got the green light. This sun cannot go down fast enough over here. And McCrory draws a walk. Underwood will now trot to the dish. Reached twice tonight. Struck out once. Good pitch to begin the at-bat there for Blaylock. Blaylock bats left-handed, throws right-handed. That's upstairs. Snap throw down, so to speak, from Stout. Kind of just an honesty check, or if nothing else. As Underwood squares around to bunt. Outside, there goes McCrory. Throw down to second.
Nice little gamesmanship there. That's pretty funny. They had even the shortstop coming up for that, and as a result, second base was able to get back in time to receive the throw, but made stealing the base a little bit easier. I think it's pretty unusual. You don't usually see the shortstop come up.
No, they were all creeping in.
Corner infielders kind of thing.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Glad they had Davis to know that he had to take the bag, because
yeah,
if he'd charged, they probably could have taken as much as they wanted.
Yeah, almost a throw. You'd maybe hope that Bledsoe could have cut it off potentially.
No, Bledsoe, he could have thrown him out at third.
Yeah, that's true. Underwood squaring around again, 3-1. And he draws the walk.
Fearless prediction, game 2 tonight is going to have more than 25 runs.
We are streaking toward that probability, unless some unlikely heroes step up with performances on the mound. This one gets away. McCrory will scoot up, as will Underwood.
It's like we may have a mound visit.
This will be the first time all series that the home team will bat in the 6th. National League winning 14-4 and 3-2 on Tuesday night. The home team has won every game. The NL will be the home team for the next 2, however, both tonight and a hypothetical game 7 scheduled for tomorrow. 1-1 the count here to Richardson, who puts down a nice little bunt and it just scoots foul. Edwards came charging in from third. Stout came up from behind the plate, picked it up. Good job there by Richardson. Even though it was probably going to go foul the whole way, he still ran it out. I'm sure you remember there's a famous play at the middle field here at Exchange Park where famously I put a bunt or bloop single down in the infield. Thought it was foul, and I don't know what it was, a groundhog, a mole, or something. Picked it up and literally moved it back into fair territory, but I never ran it out, and I was.
Who was your coach?
I'm trying to think who the coach was that year because I received a pretty vicious tongue lashing. I was on First National Bank back in the day.
And 30 years later, that coach still probably resents you for it.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. As this one sneaks by Edwards, McCrory will come home. A nice insurance run there. Another throw down.
You're going to advance on the throw to second.
There was a hard hit ball that Edwards did a good job of trying to get in front of and just couldn't make the play.
Let's see if Young can complete the cycle here.
He needs that triple for the cycle. 14.
That's a tough one, but it's a little bit easier one in this age group.
And it is hit out to short. Gets behind Lee. It needed to get behind the outfielders for him to have a shot at it. And the runs coming across here. The National League making up the ground they just lost in the fifth.
Is that maybe 6 RBIs for him tonight?
Yep, a 6 RBI night for Seth Young.
I would venture almost no matter what happens, he's probably your MVP of the game. He pitched effectively. I'm not going to say at an elite level, but effectively. And today there hasn't been a lot of effective pitching. And then also put across 6 RBIs, including a big grand slam. Yeah, he gets my vote.
Edwards picks it up at third, not in time. Good job by Edwards running through the bag there. Speaking of, hold that thought as Starling comes in here. 16-9 your score. Updating our Southern Tennessee Regional Health System scoreboard. Did you see the De La Cruz play for the Reds at first base?
I did not.
By chance. Whew. This young phenom for the Reds already having some highlight reel plays at the plate, but smashes one down the first baseline. First baseman for the Astros knocks it down, kind of falls to his backside, and then they get into a sprinting match. First baseman slides with his toes toward the bag at first, and De La Cruz slides in head first and beats him by about 1/4 of an inch. Crazy play. I'm about to pull that up in between games. Here's a nice bunt from Starling. Wasn't really a sacrifice as he was out of the box in a hurry. And now Howell steps to the plate with the bases juiced. Hello. Already with 4 RBIs tonight. The home run derby champ from last Monday, Howell steps in. Our field producer, Guy Schaefer, has arrived back in the press box. He's been close by all night, but he's now finally with us. This is sprayed down the right field line. A good effort out there in right, but it'll fall to the base of the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Starling thought about heading home as well, and the NL is pouring it right back on here. 2 more RBIs for Howell. And all that momentum that the AL built up in the bottom of the fifth is been quickly erased here. We're back up to a 9-run advantage. We're looking at a rare, as Starling on a delayed steal is safe. Howell moves up to third. Just getting ready to say, Mark, we are headed toward the rarely seen 10-plus run victory where you play all 6 innings in Little League. 19-9. There's still nobody out as Swanner's in. And I'm not saying the National League is trying to get 3 quick outs, but they put down a couple of bunts here other than Howell in their last few at-bats. Played all year long, where the most you could score in an inning was 5. That has been waived for this Summer Classic. Swanner digging in. He has had a tough go of it at the plate. And he takes a called strike there. Swanner's 0 for 3. And he strikes out there on the Remax Southern Real Estate strikeout. He had a great performance Friday night, though, and a nice play defensively here from Blaylock. A run will come across, but a good effort to get that second out. Your new score is 20-9. Highest scoring output for either team this series.
By a decent little margin, if I'm not mistaken. What was the previous high, 14?
14 from the National League in the first game of the series, and then 12 from the American League in Game 4. Those are the two high water marks as McCrory takes this one.
We might beat that by the end of the series, though. We have 1 or 2 more chances.
McCrory led a couple of innings off with base hits. Let's see if he can get aboard here. Wow, that is a great play to get a very speedy runner. And McCrory is gunned down at first, but not before the National League pushing more runs across. They lead it by 11. The AL is down to its final 3 outs. Edwards, Tay Bledsoe, and Mason Blaylock will all bat when we come back for the bottom of the 6th here on Pulaski Citizen Live. You are listening and watching GCLL All-Star coverage presented by the Bank of Frank Ewing.
Sharp Motor Company has been a trusted dealer and service provider since 1960. We're dedicated to finding you a great deal, providing expert service, and offering top-notch customer care. Our hassle-free financing will get you on the road in no time. Visit us today for a test drive or give us a call to talk about your options. Let Sharp Motor Company help you find the perfect vehicle for you.
Murray Chevrolet GMC proudly serves southern Middle Tennessee and North Alabama. We know that there's a lot more to buying a car than, well, simply buying a car. Our team is here to guide you through every facet of your automotive experience, from helping you shop for the perfect new or used Chevrolet or GMC model. Stop by and see us or visit murraychevrolet.com. Pulaski's go-to automotive.
When it comes to insurance, Winterburn and Associates Insurance is the team you can trust. We offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and more. We work hard to find the best policy for you at the best price. Our personalized service means we take the time to understand your needs and make sure you understand your options. We want you to feel confident and secure with your insurance policy. Let us make insurance simple for you. Get a quote today at winterburinsurance.com or call us at 931-363-8638.
We're back with you here on PCL as Tay Bledsoe swinging on the first pitch she sees, and she's safe. Bledsoe aboard here now. Mark, what's the game plan? You're down 11 runs here to your final 3 outs.
I'd say you need to hit the ball. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I would also say let them make some mistakes. Once again, there have been quite a few walks at times in this series, so see if they're going to give you something for free. But Richardson was pretty effective last inning. I would venture that he probably knows that if he just throws it across the plate, his guys defensively are going to make 3 outs at some point within 11 runs. So
I would say this is an insurmountable lead, but we saw the American League
without errors, it's insurmountable.
As Blaylock drops and pushes one past Swanner. Swanner's been in the right place on about 3 different occasions tonight and just unfortunately been able to come up with it. And Blaylock is scooting
inside the park. No.
We almost had the Little League home run right there.
Honestly, if he'd gone, I think there was a decent chance he might have made it.
There's the triple that Young needs to complete his cycle. But it goes for Blaylock, an RBI triple at that. Oh, my goodness, get down. And that does graze Nelson on the lid there. He's okay. He got plunked by that one, just grazing the helmet. And our home plate umpire, Billy Holt, says, "Hey, are you okay?" And he rubs his helmet and says, "All right, we'll take your bag." And then as Blaylock is thinking about stealing home there, he says, "No, you get back to third. It's a dead ball." Good job of restoring order there. Veteran officiating crew here. 20-10 now the score. And Bledsoe at the plate already has 2 home runs in this game. And with a runner now at first, runners at second and third, do you just go ahead and put him aboard?
Absolutely. I think you intentionally walk him all the whole way here, but that is not what they did.
He keeps one on the ground. That is a hot shot past Wells. And 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. You can make the case, if you're the American League, that's better than clearing the bases with the homer. As Bledsoe pushes 2 across, and now Dawson Lee will dig in. Bledsoe up to 7 RBIs in this game. 20-12 is your score tonight.
I think it's 8, isn't it? According to your scorebook there?
Yes, I missed that one in the first.
Yeah.
You're right, partner.
8 RBIs. That's an entire series for some folks.
You know it's bad when I can't even read my own writing. We mentioned our field producer, Schaefer, is here. Our executive producer, Scott Stewart, has returned.
How many producers we got, Wade?
Just those 2 that I'm aware of.
What about Carrie Malone? Where's she?
She is the editor-in-chief, of course.
Okay.
And operations manager for Pulaski Citizen Live. She keeps us in line. This is yanked down the third baseline. 1 and 2 now.
That's crazy to think that we have 3 different players who have at least 6 RBIs in this game. But then again, in a 32-run game, you know, somebody's got to hit it.
Scott Stewart wants to know why this is still the same game. Well,
I mean, I don't know if we're the 2 people to ask about that.
We could try and explain, but we would be done with our broadcast by the time. We were very close to having a 10 or 11 run victory with all 6 innings being fully complete. As Lee now tees off toward the gap. He gets by McCrory. And Bledsoe trots around. And Lee comes home. And after giving up all those runs in the top of the 6th, it's back to, quote, just 7. Denton Davis stepping to the plate. Davis scored his last, was tagged out at the plate his last at bat. (20-13). Runs not at a premium tonight.
I'll be honest, if they run out of pitchers at some point, we may see a 40 or 50 run game by the end of this.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part is the pitch counts are rising now for everybody. We still got 1 more game to play tonight and a hypothetical game 7 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating for the National League as, you know, Richardson with 25 pitches now, he's not eligible for tomorrow either. Edwards, of course, they did threshold him, so he will be eligible tomorrow. But
this is poked by Davis, booted it short. Lee will trot home. And Davis makes a big turn there at first, but he trots back safely. These last 2 or 3 innings have been crazy. And Stout digs in swinging. 20-14. We've kind of struggled here in this 6 to keep up with our Southern Tennessee Regional Health System scoreboard. They're flying around the bases at a rapid pace. This is a 6-run game with nobody out.
And you have to remember, too, last inning, American League kind of had a couple of gimmies that they probably should have scored 2 more runs than they did. So could easily have been within 4 already.
Stout stares at that one. Good scoop by Starling. A snap throw down to first, just because, I suppose.
Well, hey, in this situation, once again, you're just trying to get outs anywhere you can. This is the one time where you do want to throw behind runners. Do whatever you can. Getting out.
(20-14). Did he go?
I thought he went.
Looked like
personally.
Stout went. Getting into a rundown. First real rundown we've seen in this Summer Classic.
Not only that, but I think he went.
Yeah, and they do credit him. No, Stout's
No,
coming
he's
back.
Okay.
All right. So unfortunately for Davis, he becomes the first out of the inning.
The National League coaching staff is kind of looking over like, hey, I know there were other interesting things to see there, but did you not see the strikeout?
It really looked like he went there. Now he fouls one away. Two and two count with one out. This is lifted, and Starling camps out and makes the grab, and just like that, there are 2 outs. We're an out away from this game ending. One of the more unusual games we've had in this series. It's 20-14. Yeah, this is shades of a coach pitch game more than a kid pitch. Rhett Dooley will be at the dish.
They might eventually run out of pitchers and have to have coach pitch.
You're exactly right. Two and one. Three and one. Dealing on the mound here and losing the battle to Dooley is Richardson. And the game not quite over just yet. And now, because, of course, we'll have a mound visit in a 6-run game down to its final out. It's a perfect opportunity to remind you guys that we've been sponsored all week long by the Bank of Frank Ewing, Sharp Motor Company, Murray Chevrolet, our skills competition sponsors last Monday.
Oh,
as this
that
one is
actually
a
hit his
foul
bat, though,
ball.
so that's crazy.
I told you, folks,
You
this
got to
game
get that bat down.
This game's got a little bit of everything.
That's some bad luck there. You got to get that bat down.
Pulaski Natural Gas, Winterburn and Associates Insurance, Haney Realty and Property Management, Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, PES, Energize, Remax Southern Real Estate, M&M Staffing, and Haney Financial Solutions, all of our sponsors here. As Dooley takes the bag there. I like the dummy there from Edwards, faking like the throw was second away from coming in. He faked the tag, made Dooley slide. 2-1 to count. We have not had a game start. We started this game early and are going to finish late. This is our first late game of the entire series. This one bounces in the dirt. And Chapman draws another walk. He had a bases loaded walk earlier. So now Edwards will dig in. The good news for the American League, they're getting closer and closer to the top of the lineup. The bad news is they've had 2 quick outs after a great start to this 6th. That's in there for a strike. If Bledsoe somehow were to bat in this game, it'd be at least the tying run potentially, if not the winning run. We got an 0-2 count. Can Richardson get the strikeout in this 20-14 ball game? We're in the bottom of the 6th. Edwards backs out of the way. Surprised the runner didn't take off from first there.
Well, Starling made that excellent play earlier. Maybe that's kind of in the back of their minds now. Oh, you're talking about the first run. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the run on third. Yeah. No, I don't know why that didn't happen.
1-2. Upstairs to Edwards. Oh, and a called third strike, a Remax Southern Real Estate strike 3. And that will end this game. 20-14 is your final in a crazy, crazy contest, Mark Mize. It is the American League falling. National League putting up the big, big runs late in the game that secured it. They win it 20-14 tonight.
Yeah, and it's a good thing they put on those insurance runs because the American League had what it took to get back into it if they hadn't. So now, of course, you're running on fumes when it comes to how many pitchers you got for both teams. You got a game 6 coming up here momentarily, probably within about 15 minutes. And then, of course, depending on whether National League wins or not, they could be taking home a championship tonight.
After all that, the National League wins it. Seth Young will be your Soda Pop Junction Most Outstanding in His Field MVP. Quality starting pitching performance. Also scored 4 times and drove in 6 runs. He was a triple shy of the cycle. That will conclude our broadcast in this 5th game. Stand by, folks. Game number 6 coming your way here in just a matter of moments as the NL leads the Summer Classic 3-2.